right. Let's get this set up here. That's looking good. All right, let's look and start this show. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, right. Good evening. Hey there. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for coming on in. Thank you for coming on in, everybody. Appreciate it. Hey, my name is Chris. It's the Cool and Common stream. Welcome to the Friday night comic book show. Simulcasting here on YouTube as well, so I want to say a quick hi to everybody watching on YouTube. I wanted to start off the this week's stream a little bit different because I did something a little different last weekend. I participated in my first comic book Comicon as a seller, not a visitor. And it was kind of unique and interesting. And I thought, well, there might be other people out there like me who enjoy comics, enjoy selling comics, buying comics, who might want to try that sometime. So I'll just wanted to spend a few minutes here at the start of the show before we start selling some cool comics to just talk about my experience and share a little bit. Maybe it'll help, right? Um, so I'd say I've probably been back really into comics in the last 3 years, and really enjoy selling here on Whatnot. And it's kind of rejuvenated my interest in comics from when I was a kid, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So number one, it's fun. And this opportunity arose to participate in the Allentown Comic Book Show. So some friends of mine in the Allentown area are also resellers. We do an annual, biannual, twice a year, ephemera show. Or is that semi-annual? You tell me. Uh, we do an ephemera show at the Allentown Fairgrounds every year, Agricultural Hall. And this year, they asked me if I was interested in possibly doing the comic book show. So I said, heck yeah, I got more than enough comics, and what the heck, let's give it a shot. So I'll talk about logistics and money and profit and loss and all that kind of stuff towards the end here. But decided to do it. We split up 5 8-foot long tables, so they're like 30 inches wide, 8 feet long, and there were 5 of them. So we split it, and they had 2.5 tables. I had 2.5 tables. So I probably brought with me like 25, 30 short boxes of comics, 2 tall stands to set up on the table so I could go vertical and show more stuff off. I brought some toys with me. I had 1 bin of superhero toys, some DVDs, horror and superhero movies. So that was it. That was kind of the setup. Um, it was a 1 day comic book show. So I thought that going in, I thought that might be a negative, right? Like, well, it's only 1 day. How much are you really going to sell? Most cons are 2 or 3 days, right? So, um, anyway, I said, well, what the hell? We're doing it, right? So, um, get there. You could get there at 6 a.m. to set up. Setup time was from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. The show was from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. And then at 6 p.m. you had a pack out, and you had to be out of there by 8 or 10 p.m. So luckily for me, at least, as a small seller, setup and breakdown was very easy, right? Yeah, everything's in short boxes. Just had to schlep your boxes in and schlep your boxes out. And luckily, I had the help of my friends with me there. By the way, they are Renee and Todd from Rat Stash. They sell here on Whatnot, and they've got a great YouTube channel as well. So do me a favor, check them out, give them a follow, both here at Whatnot and also on YouTube. Rat Stash. So thank you, Renee and Todd. Appreciate your help. So we get everything loaded in and up and kind of set up, and I'm kind of working on the display because I want everybody to be able to see everything. My strategy for bringing books was I've got so many books that at some point during the week, I just said, I can't go through all this stuff all at once. I had this strategy of for the last several months, I do my Friday night whatnot show. Whatever I didn't sell, I was gonna bag, board, price, and put in short boxes so that I'd have them for the show in April. And I was gonna do this back in November. Yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen, right? So so the week before, I'm kind of organizing stuff. So what did I bring with me? I brought short boxes full of some cool current stuff. So, Daredevil show is hot right now. So I brought some Daredevil. I brought some Blue Devil. I brought some just general kind of, you know, common superhero books that I thought people would like. I had one short box labeled Sexy Good Girls, and I had another short box labeled Sexy Bad Girls. Uh, that was kind of interesting. So if a guy walked up alone, he went to the sexy bad girl box. But if a guy walked up with his girlfriend or wife with him, he went to the sexy good girl box first, which I thought was pretty funny. Pretty funny observation to see. You decide. You decide if it was good, bad, or indifferent. So that was kind of neat to see. I did bring one box of toys with me, kids' toys. I don't know if you might remember superhero mashers. They were kind of like superheroes, but you could pop all their joints out and their heads and body parts, and you could switch them. So you could put Hulk's head on Spider Man's body with the Vision's legs, and you could do all that kind of stuff with them. So that was kind of fun. I had that sitting there on the corner. And then, if you've joined me here before on Whatnot or YouTube, I love putting complete sets together. So I brought with me like four or six short boxes full of complete sets. Had them all priced out. I took one of my vertical stands and I put a bunch of really nice looking front covered complete sets on one of them. And I had a second one with just nice individual books, right? The higher priced books. And then I also had the one, I filled up a long box with DVDs, horror movies, and superhero related stuff, right? So I wanted to price things simply. So I mean, I just priced most things in $5 increments because I figure most people are walking around with fives, tens, twenties. And of course, I had change, right? So I wanted to make sure I had change. You got to make sure you have change, just like at a garage sale or something, right? So I got $400 worth of change. That was my cash drawer starting, right? So I had $100 in singles, $100 in fives, $100 in tens, $100 in twenties. That was it. And that was fine for the day. A couple people asked me, do I take credit cards? I don't have that attachment for my phone. I don't do that, but I do have Venmo and PayPal. So that's definitely a positive. So if you're going to sell at a show like this, um, it does pay to have a Venmo and or PayPal account for people. I did have a few people who spent a couple of $100 with me that wanted to use Venmo or PayPal. So that worked out very good, right? Very convenient. All right, so that was kind of the setup. So it was kind of like a horseshoe shape table, set of tables. Like I said, 5 8 foot long tables, 30 inches deep. So got everything set up. Show starts at 10. And man, my first couple of impressions were just how much fun it was, right? So it was just a ton of fun, from setup time till breakdown time. Um, I was very surprised how many families were there. Lots of families with lots of little kids, jumping around, having all kinds of fun. Um, there were some fun things to do there as well. Um, Agricultural Hall is probably it's like 3 football fields wide and 2 football fields long. That's how big this place is, right? So on one side they had the special guests. So special guests included some of the actors from The Warriors. Brian O'Halloran from Clerks was there. Jim Shooter was there. The one and only Jim Shooter, editor extraordinaire, was there. So it was kind of neat to see him in person. They had the 1966 Batmobile there. They had the 1967 Batgirl motorcycle there, and they had the car, the van, the Jeep from Jurassic Park, and they had the, what is it, an El Camino or something from Death Proof by Quentin Tarantino. And it was kind of neat because at the bat stuff, they had three actors. One dressed as Batman from '66, one dressed as Robin from '66, and one dressed as Batgirl. And they looked exactly like Adam West, Burt Ward, and Yvonne Craig. I mean, they looked exactly like them. It was eerie to see them there. So that was cool. So there's a lot of cool stuff, food, and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of families. It was family fun. There were a lot of cosplayers there, which was kind of neat to see. They were stopping at booth. Whoever wanted to take a picture, they took a picture with. So the crowd was very cool, very chill. Even people that would come up to my booth, and they were, sometimes they'd be kind of like, I just want to look through these comics. I don't want anybody to talk to me. But if I said hi or what are you looking for, like just everybody was like just like really engaging, and just having fun talking about all kinds of fun geek stuff. So it was great from that standpoint. Um, at around, I'm gonna say it was like 11:30, between 11:30 and 12:15. All of a sudden, like I was trying to figure out when I was going to eat lunch, and all of a sudden I heard like this, not a roar, but I felt for the first time, I felt the buzz of the room. When you're in like a crowded room and it's noisy, and you're just like, oh, what's going on? Did somebody come in here? Or like, what's like? And then I stopped and I looked around, and I realized, holy crap, this place is packed. It was packed with people. So that was a good thing, right? Because there was a lot of foot traffic, a lot of foot traffic, and a lot of people were coming in, and a lot of people were buying. I was busy from the time they opened the doors until the time they shut the doors. So it really, that from that standpoint, things really worked out cool. There were a couple interesting other observations that I wanted to share. One was, let's talk about this toy box, right? So I had this one little box of hero mashers and different action figures, and I was selling them for $3 each, two for $5. Right? Let's get rid of them. And families were coming over, but three times during the day, um, it was very touching because a clearly impacted on the spectrum, nonverbal, autistic child would come up to that box with their parent and just light up. And they would they're digging through the bin looking for something, and the look on those kids' faces when they found like what they were looking for was just, I mean, you can't pay for that kind of a buzz. I mean, it was just amazing. And the parents were digging it and the kids were having fun. So that was something that was really special. At one point in time, there was a deaf family that came and bought a couple of DVDs and a Batman bookmark from me. And I noticed them out of the corner of my eye, digging through some stuff. So I turned to go look, to go head over there to help them or take their money. And it was very clear they were talking in sign language, and they had a baby in a stroller. And when I went up to them, uh, they just handed me the money, and I said thank you. And I know at least that much sign language, right? Thank you. And they were just like, oh wow, hey, he almost kind of speaks sign language, right? So, but that was just kind of a neat moment as well. The local news was there, which was kind of neat. So WFMZ, channel 69 out of Allentown, Bethlehem area, they were there. After I'm done recording this, I'll go back and I'll put the link to their news broadcast on the Allentown show here in the description. So feel free to click on that and check it out. It's kind of a neat little local news broadcast about the comic book show. So that was neat. Um, yeah, and that was pretty much my major impressions. Was it worth it? Definitely. My fears about a one-day show melted away after the first couple of hours. Probably a couple hours in, I just sat there and I'm thinking, oh, I sold this, I sold that, I sold this, I sold that. I was like, well, I already paid for the table. Now, wow, I'm kind of doing pretty good, I think. So all right. So now let's talk brass tacks, right? Let's talk the nitty gritty. So if I recall, it was $300 to rent a half of a circle, right? So the horseshoe setup cost about $350. So I split that with my friends from Rat Stash. So it cost me like 150, 175. The day went real well. Of course, I forgot the headline. It snowed in April. It snowed last Saturday morning into the afternoon, so it was actually snowing outside. Now, it wasn't sticking really to anything, but it was just making a mess. But it was snowing in April, so we had that going for us. Made it fun bringing things in and out, covering stuff in plastic and everything. All right, I uh so I get back home, right? I start counting my money. How much did I actually make as a single person business, just some guy who likes comic books, bringing a bunch of stuff to a comic book show and selling it for 8 hours, 7 hours. Um it went really well. So I counted everything up. I subtracted the $400 for my cash drawer that I brought with me. I subtracted the $150 that I had spent to pay for the table, to pay for access to sell stuff. I netted $1,038. I was shocked. Like I said, about halfway through the day, I knew things were going good, but I didn't realize they were going that good. And when I look back, I think, yeah, those I sold this and this complete set. Well, that was like $120. And then at the end, some guy wanted to buy out a bunch of stuff. I said no, but then he made a little pile. I gave him a deal. He spent $265. Another couple of people came. One young kid came in and he was looking through the sets of stuff. He bought a set for $60. He had another $60 set. He came back a half hour later and he bought that one. So just like it just added up all day long. It was just busy, 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 busy. And I would say 90% of my stuff was priced at like $30 or less. So it really worked out well. I was super happy with it. Um, I'm gonna keep my eyes open for other opportunities like that, and we'll see. Hey Zane, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, Zane, it wasn't bad at all. It definitely made the day. So there you go. So I've already spent a little bit of it on some comic book purchases in the last 2 days. Got some more cool stuff. So paying some bills and reinvesting some in the business, and that's how it goes. So there's my oral book report on my very first experience selling comics at a at a comic book convention. So really neat. So all right, so that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna flip this camera around now. I've got a short box full of some cool comics to show you and share, and let's see if we can sell you some. Here we go. All right. So let's see. So thanks everybody for listening to me go on a little bit, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Um, grab a quick drink of water here after all that yapping. All right. Let's see. A little background music. Let's get a little bit of background music going here, and then we will get it going. How about do 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 do. Which playlist? Which playlist? Yeah, let's go with this one. All right, there we go. All right, so on deck this evening, my friends, I got a handful of number one issues. I've got a handful of sets, complete sets and partial sets. I've got a handful of the Elseworlds books, kind of DC's answer to What If. And then I've got a bunch of one shots. So here we go. We'll start just running some of the number ones just for fun. Come on down here, take a closer look. Zane, how you doing, buddy? You getting ready? I would imagine what midterms or finals are coming up soon. All right, let's pin the singles, and we'll rattle off some of these. All right, we got a number one issue, Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix. Key here, first appearance of Chavert, Soldier of Apocalypse. It's a newsstand. Gonna do $3. We'll go 10 seconds on these just to get through some. You know, I like to show and run as a claim sale, but I'll keep some things moving. Finals already had 2 exams this week. Ugh. The rest of next week and the following Monday. All right, all right. Home stretch. Home stretch, not too bad. Yeah, my son. I picked up my son from school today, and yeah, he's got exams coming up. All right, Deathstroke the Terminator, number one. First printing on this, and it is minty. I mean, there isn't a scuff on that spine at all. It's in an older bag and board. You know, I go with brand new bags and boards on everything. But, I mean, it is clean. Clean as a whistle. For this one, I got $8 on it. I've seen it for 10 or 15. I'm just sticking with 8. B&B, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. All right, up next, really waiting to see what this Superman movie looks like. Man of Steel, number one. It's a newsstand. $3. Again, another one. Real nice shape. There's a couple in this batch that have some scuffed spines, but again, the majority of them are real nice shape. Throw the Deathstroke in the future pile. You got it, my friend. All right, we're running the Superman now. I'm going to keep this for you. I forget which run it is. I think it was that run or the second run. You remember way back, Zane? I showed off I got almost the whole kit and caboodle, the whole run of that series. Wasn't this? Yeah. Right. It wasn't that one. You are correct. That's the way I'm remembering it too. Justice Society of America featuring the Flash. This is April '91. Again, this is just they're just all super clean. Like I said, there was 2 or 4 that are not, but that's part 1 in the 8-issue Justice Society of America series. $3 start, 10 seconds. I got 5 on it. Run it for 3. Why not? All right, here's a show I've started watching again. Doom Patrol on Max. I started watching it when it first came out, and then I stopped after season 2. So I picked it up the other night on season 3, and now I got to go back and go read up on the first 2 seasons because I'm like, wait a minute, who is that? Why did he come here? Why was she in there? I don't know whatever. But I thought the Doom Patrol was pretty good. I do like Brendan Fraser in that. He's really good in there. All right, here's one. Here's one that's got me scratching my head. DC, Jack Kirby, DC. All right, just let that sink in for a second. Jack Kirby, DC. First issue special. It's issue number 6. Welcome the Dingbats of Danger Street. All right. I don't know if they're supposed to be kind of a take on the Yancey Street Gang from Fantastic Four. I think maybe. I've only seen, I checked in another, I did a little research. I checked somewhere else on the Bay. In April, earlier this month, a very fine or very fine plus copy of this book sold for $60. But it didn't have a blemish on the spine. I mean, it was really nice. This one's got spine ticks up and down, little fading, little rubbing. I put 15 on it. There are no others listed on the Bay right now. So I thought, all right, but this is like, it's like such an oddball comic. Never even heard of it until I saw it. I was like, oh, Jack Kirby, cool. And I was like, what? DC? Dingbats? What the heck? Here you go, Zane. Azrael number 1. $3. You got that one. At least I think I do. I figured you did. You know, I have actually. I've been finding and purchasing a lot of just all the Knights stuff. The Knights End, the Knights this, anything that says Knight on it. A lot of the Shadow of the Bat stuff I've been coming across lately. So NFL Super Pro number 1. He went from sacking quarterbacks to tackling crime. Spider-Man. This actually, so this is technically this is not the first issue in this book. The first issue of this book was an insert in NFL Pro magazine, and I actually had that issue of NFL Pro magazine, and I've sold it. So yeah, it's pretty cool to have this one because it was, you could only get it as an insert in that month's NFL Pro magazine. So $5. Here, what do you got here, Zane? Might collect that run eventually. That's perfect. 2 months ago, I spent like an hour making a super comprehensive list of all the issues I need from the Knights era, and it is a lot. Okay. All right. Well, hey, you know where to find me, my friend. All right. The Shroud number 1. Another guy I was not familiar with until coming across this. It's not an expensive series. They're like $2-3 books. It's a 4-issue series, The Shroud. There's issue number 1. Okay. How about Ultimate Extinction number 1? 6-issue series. $3 start. Last few seconds. Okay. All right. Listen, I'm just going to warn you. Don't get excited. Don't get too excited. Here you go. Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 1, Facsimile Edition. Okay, it's not the firsts, Marvel firsts, with the big banner up top. This is the facsimile edition of Spectacular Spider-Man #1. Uh, my friend at Mint Hunter Comics, if you check him out on YouTube, he recently did a whole episode on facsimile comics that are actually worth some money. And you'd be surprised that some of the newer facsimiles, here we go, $5, 10 seconds. There are some facsimile books out there that are, they're worth 10, 15, 20 bucks. But not this one. But it is cool to have. All right. Ultimate X-Men Fantastic Four #1. Have you seen the newest Fantastic Four trailer? Oh, they're dropping bombs left and right now. Sue Storm pregnant. Galactus walking down Broadway. I got a Whatnot exclusive facsimile of Moon Knight #1 with a special cover, and it's like 30 bucks. Yes! There you go, Zane. That's a good get. Ultimate Power Director's Cut #1 Special Edition, $3. The director's cuts are nice too because you get kind of like little behind the scenes sketches, little behind the scenes stories. A true director's cut experience. Fantastic Four trailer got me excited because they're using miniatures a lot for Galactus. Ah, as opposed to CG, yeah? Speaking of Fantastic Four, Ultimate Fantastic Four Annual #1. Ah. Fantastic Four Annual Ultimate #1. $3, 10 seconds. So now that I'm getting organized, participating in that Comic-Con forced me to get organized as I've wanted to for a while. And now that I see the power of being organized and how easy access to your stuff when people ask you for something and you can get it because it's organized. I forgot to mention I had a box of trade paperbacks and hardcovers and a box of Star Wars magazines, and they flew off the shelves. And I also had I had an old box of some D&D stuff from the early 2000s. Um, and that was the first thing I sold. People just ate that up. I completely sold out of all my Dungeons and Dragons stuff. But my point being, I think Fantastic Four premieres July 25th? I think it's July 25th is the premiere for Fantastic Four, which you would think they do it July 4th weekend, but um, I'm going to do a Fantastic Four show that day. I've got so much Star Wars stuff now. I'm going to do a May the 4th uh, Star Wars show. So I'll be posting that up soon. So definitely bookmark that one. Here's another oddball one for you. All new dupe #1. How about that? Yeah, definitely got to get. I'm going to get a few more kind of theme shows going. I still always want to do this Friday night kind of claim show. I'll run stuff like this, but I'll be doing some claims and that kind of stuff where I'll just flip through the short box like I usually do. Here you go. This is kind of cool. Crazy #1. This is the 2019 version. All right. There are some older ones there that are worth more than this, but it's pretty cool. I love it. Love the thing in there. $3. 10 seconds. Oh, I got a crazy Morbius cover coming up. All right. There's crazy. Check out this Morbius cover. I got 5 on this one. Morbius the Living Vampire, #1. Look at this bad boy. A face only a mother could love. They did him so wrong in the movie. I'm a big vampire guy, and Morbius was one of my favorite characters. I guess he still is, kind of, but man, I had such high hopes for that movie. All right, here's a few more. Hunt for Wolverine, #1. It's a one-shot. $3. 10 seconds. Let's see, we're going for the Wolverine there, not the Morbius. And then this is the Hunt for Wolverine Dead Ends variant cover. It's a very minor key first appearance of Persephone. It is a one-shot, just like the other book. Completely enclosed story. $3. 10 seconds. Buck Daddy, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. The Life of Captain Marvel, #1. Standard cover. Avengers #1, 2018. I do have 5 on this because, again, it's just in really nice condition. Avengers #1, 2000. I'm not a fan of that She-Hulk, but still, very cool. #1, Amazing Spider-Man, Wakanda Forever. $3. 10 seconds. All right, here's another one. So this is what I was talking about earlier, right? This is the True Believers series. How about this for timely? The Coming of Galactus. This facsimile, or this True Believers, is averaging $5 to $8. So I'm sure it got a little. Ran it for 3, whatever. I'm sure it got a little bump from the movie coming, but $5 on that one. Here's a little sexy time. Legion of Monsters, Satana. One shot, $10. $10, 10 seconds, up and running. La Rosa, welcome. Thanks for stopping on in. All right, now we got a couple of #1s here. Let's jump back a little bit. All right, Eric, this one's for you, buddy. Here we go. If we're missing any #1s on your new universe, let me know. I'm not going to run these individually. Cyforce #1, new universe. I got 2 of them, actually. Cyforce #1. Spitfire and the Troubleshooters #1. I like the MIT sweatshirt. uh, Javustus #1. Justice #1. Mark Hazard Merc Annual #1. That's the #1 annual from 1987. I don't think I've had that before. Here's Mark Hazard Merc #1. Kickers Inc. #1. Star Brand #1. Now, I don't think I've had this one before, Eric. Star Brand Annual #1, 1987. DP7 #1. Insert your own DP joke there, please. All right, Night Mask #1, New Universe. All right, there you go. So that's the #1s. That is the #1s. I'm just gonna pause there, see if anybody has any interest in any of those. Let me know in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to be moving these back into the box for future considerations. All right, there we go. All right, thanks for looking at that. A couple of just general issues that didn't fit anywhere else, so I just brought them right here. Here we go. Captain America #367. This is a cool ass cover. Magneto defeats Red Skull. Again, all these are, all this Bronze and Copper Age, man. I've been real super lucky just getting tons of great stuff. Earlier today, I just picked up some winnings from yesterday, and I've got a near complete set of The Thing, a bunch of Gambit, a short box of 100 comics, including some complete sets. Just some really great stuff. So they'll be coming in future weeks. $4 on the Captain America. 367 Magneto defeats Red Skull. All right, bring these up here. All right, another $4 book. Captain America 370. Return to Skull House. Well, he's defeated in 367, but he's back in 370? That just doesn't seem right. All right, 370. $4 start. Let's do it. 10 seconds, up and running. All right, check this out. Ultimate X-Men, The Wizard 1/2 preview copy. It's got the Wizard C of A on it. Signed by Joe. $6. Ultimate X-Men 1/2, the 1/2 issue with the C of A. $6, 10 seconds. All right, this is, well, let's end with that one. Let's go to this one next. Zane, you left too early. Zane, you left too early. Are you back? Devil's Reign, issue #6. Zardsky. Another one. Devil's Reign #6. Daredevil Kingpin on the cover. Come on. $3. 10 seconds. We're going to end this with a banger. We're going to end the single issues with a banger. Then we're going to jump on to sets. Watch this. You ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. See if you can tell me who this is. You know who that is? I'll give you one hint. It's Steve McNiven signing Civil War issue number 1. Super cool. Issue number 1, mint, signed with the COA. Issue number 1, Civil War, mint, near mint, signed with the C of A. Ghostly Depths, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. $15, 10 seconds. Up and running. Civil War, number 1, signed by Steve McNiven. All right, I think, yep, that's the end of the single issues. All right, up next, sets and partial sets. So here on the stream, I do like to put together as many complete sets as possible, whenever possible. I've got some, and I've got some partial sets here. So I know I have at least one complete set of this, but the art is so friggin' cool on this. I picked up 2 of another one. So Legends of the World's Finest, Simonson and Brereton. The art in these is just crazy. I love it. So unique. I mean, that Joker is awesome. The Batman, Superman. Superman looks like he's possessed in half of these things, but just, I mean, amazing art. Good girl art, bad girl art. It's all in there. So there you go. World's Finest. It's 2 issues of the 3-issue set. I got 5 on each of them, but right now I'll run the 2 instead of 2 for 10. We'll do 2 for 8. 10 seconds. World's Finest. And if anybody does happen to be interested, I do have a complete set. Atomic Age. This is kind of a fun one. It's a 4-issue set from Epic Comics. And it just takes you back to the 1950s. And it's just a bunch of sci-fi. Really, I mean, just really neat stuff. Innovative. The inks are great. The art is great. The stories are great. 4-issue series, but I've got book number 2 and book number 3. So I got 2 of the 4 books for $3 each. They've got sci-fi stories, horror stories. Each of the 4 had like a different genre of the 1950s. So instead of 2 for 6, let's do 2 for 5. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. Forgive me. Thanks everybody for coming in. My name is Chris. It is the Cool and Common Stream. It is Friday night. It is the comic book show. I sell comics here on Whatnot every Friday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern until we're done. Usually go through a short box worth of comics or so, run it as a claim show. Sometimes I'll run stuff just like this, Depends on my mood and what I've got. Like this, the clandestine, the clandestine, the clandestine. This is the preview issue. $3 on the preview issue. And the super bright and shiny clandestine #1. Pretty clean. You can see it does have a few spine dings right here. So there's one here, one here. Right? You can see them in the but it's a 12 issue series. That's book 1. 5 on issue 1, 3 on the preview issue. That's $8. Let's run them both for 6. Up and running. For my friends here on Whatnot, I do simulcast the show now on YouTube. So for my friends on YouTube, if you're watching this, you are welcome to join me here on Whatnot. How do you do that? Well, you could hit the Q. You could take a picture of the QR code, or hit the link in the description. Just sign up for sign up for Whatnot, and with your first purchase, you get a $15 credit. I get a little something something too, so it works out well for the both of us. If you like comic books and you're watching this because you are enjoying comic books and you're looking for places to get comic books, Whatnot is an awesome, awesome open market for all tons of comic books. You'll find a seller like me who's, selling $3, $5, $20 books, and you'll find sellers who are selling $500, $1,200, $3,000 comics, all here on Whatnot. So there you go. Hey, up next, the Elektra Saga 4-issue miniseries. I have the complete set. It's from 1984. There's issue 1. There's issue 2. There's issue 3. And there's issue 4. There you go. Frank Miller. Klaus Janson. 4 for 4 on the complete set. Gonna have to change the weight on this one. Give me a sec. Gonna start this one up at $20. 5 seconds. Sudden death in play. All right, here we go. So what we do on the Cool and Common stream is we get a complete set, we bag it, we tag it. So that's what we're going to do right now. Keep them all together. This is going to go into the complete set bin, and you'll be able to check it out there later. Up next, this is one of my favorite titles ever. It should be yours too. Chuck Norris and the Karate Commandos. Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He lays on the ground and the earth goes up and down. 4-issue series. I've got book 1. I've got book 2. I've got book 3. I do not have book 4. That's 3/4 of the Chuck Norris and the Karate Commandos, my friends. You know it. Chuck Norris already knew it. That's $15. Let's run them for 12. Up and running. Last few seconds. All right. Insert your own Chuck Norris joke here. All right. That's 3 out of the 4. Okay, these I'm going to show. So we'll do this kind of as a claim. All right. Let me highlight for a moment the series The Alien Legion by Epic Comics. All right. Miami, welcome. Thanks for stopping in, my friend. Epic Comics Alien Legion. There's a lot of Alien Legion out there, but there was only one first. And it all started in 1984. So the 1984 to 1987 first run of Alien Legion is 20 issues. I have 11 of the 20 issues right now in this particular bin. I think I've got some more of the others from the 80s, as well as some from the 90s and 2000s. But anyway, 20 issue set from 1984 to 1987. Issue number 1, 15. Issue number 2, we got 10 on that. No number 3. Issue number 4, 5 on that one. Issue number 5, 5 on that. No 6, 7, or 8, but there's number 9. We got 8 on this one. Number 13, 8. Number 14, 8. So, other than the first 2 issues, most of them are $8. The ones that I got 5 on, there's no real physical damage, but they're just a little dirty up here. And I think this one had 1 or 2 spine dings on it, which is why they're 5. But all the rest of these, here's number 16 for $8. All the rest of them are in what I would call near mint condition. 17 from 1986. Number 18 from 1987. $8 on these. And there's number 19, Alien Legion. $8 each. That's 11 out of the 20 in the series. All right. Nice little sci-fi set. Easy to collect. There's a little more than half of them right there. Marvel Epic Comics. Let me get these back in order. 19, 18, 17, 16, 14, 13, 9, 5, 4, 2, and 1. All right, there's the Alien Legion. All right, I have another complete set for your consideration. This is part of the Elseworlds series. DC's The Golden Age. The books are unread, brand new. 4 of them. World War II was over, and for the first generation of superheroes, it was just the beginning. The beginning of the end. The Golden Age and Elseworlds, too close for comfort. Here you go. 4 issue set. 1, 2, the Golden Age embossed in gold foil, Elseworlds logo on the right. There's 1, 2. Here's number 3. And the big blowout at the end. Yes. The giant gold. Look at the gold. Look at the bling. Bring in the bling on the last issue. Issue number 4. 4 issue complete set. $7 a book. $28. Let's get this up and running. Let's get some more music back up there. Down to the last 4 seconds. All right, there you go. The Golden Age complete set. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Complete set. We got it tagged. Let's get it bagged. All right, up next. This is a hot one. This is a hot one. People of a certain age that grew up with, you know who. Here you go. First spinoff. First Death official miniseries. 3-issue set. Death, the High Cost of Living. Book number 1. Book number 2. Now, I know Sandman and all that's a little out of favor, given Mr. Gaiman's current legal woes. But still. Death, the High Cost of Living. 3-issue set, $15. Let's get this one going. We'll go back to 10 seconds. Take that sudden death off. Up and running. Complete set, Death, the High Cost of Living. Okay, there's 3. There's 2. There's 1. It's a complete set. We got to bag it. All right. Here's something special I learned. When you're gonna bag it like this to keep it, like when you're displaying it on a Comic-Con show in Allentown, take the last book, whatever it is, 3 issues, 5 issues, flip it the other way. A lot of people who came to the booth who wanted to buy books. I've seen this at other comic stores, so I'm just emulating them. But you pick it up. Oh, Death. Oh, I always wanted to get that series, right? You look at it, they flip it around, and they say, "Oh, book 3, okay." And some people did ask. Usually I have this closed and taped. And some people said, "Oh, can I open that, or could you please open it so I could see the other books?" And more than happy to do that. But you're much more likely to make a sale if you got something showing on the front and back. That way people don't think you're hiding something. Some kind of condition issue or other. All right, so that was the complete sets. Now, let me get those back in here. Okay, up next, DC's Elseworlds series. I got a number of different Elseworld books. I really like the Elseworld stuff. I call it the What If, the DC's answer to the What If series, right? So I got these priced out. We're going to start out with Legion of Superheroes, annual number 5, Elseworlds. That, if you take a second to look at it, is an homage to the Wizard of Oz. Homage to the Wizard of Oz. You got the Lion, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and Dorothy. Let's get the weight changed back to singles. I'm going to start this up at 5. Up and running. Elseworlds, Detective Comics, Batman Annual number 7. 5 on that one. Elseworlds, Batman Annual number 18. 1994 on this one. $4 start. 10 seconds. Or 20. Eric, if you're still with me, bro, I saw your message pop up. I've got the DC Elseworlds. After that, I've got some singles, which does include some Marvel stuff. So I'm just going to run through the DC stuff here real quick. This is DC Elseworlds Batman Castle of the Bat. One shot. Love these one shots. Little prestige format. Like a trade paperback version. Just super cool. They're all in great condition. They've been bagged and boarded since day one. Shibby, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Josh, good to see you. Batman, the Blue, the Gray, and the Bat. Elseworlds. That's kind of a little bit of a, almost like a Civil War take and a little bit of a Lone Ranger kind of take on Batman there. Kind of interesting. I was flipping through that one when I put it in a new bag and board. $5, 10 seconds, up and running. Batman, Houdini, The Devil's Workshop. Another nice one shot. Gonna be 3 on this one. Another awesome Elseworlds. This one, very popular. Elseworlds Superman. Speeding Bullets. Notice the bat suit. Really cool. Really cool. This thing goes for between 10 to 15. I've got 10 on it. $10, 10 seconds. Let's go. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight. Citizen Wayne. This is annual. Legends of the Dark Knight. Annual number 4. $4. 10 seconds. Up and running. Okay. This one is a minor key. The key of minor. Let's not do that. Elseworlds Steel, annual number 1. That is the very first cover art of Humberto Ramos. For fans of Mr. Ramos, there you go. That is his first published cover art. How about that? $3 on that. Blade, how you doing tonight? Happy Friday. Thanks for coming on in. Running through some Elseworlds books that I have, DC Elseworlds. and then we'll be doing some one-shots after that. All right, this one is Catwoman. So it's Catwoman Annual Number 1, Elseworlds, $3, 10 seconds. And then the other big one. The two most expensive books here were The Speeding Bullets and Batman in Darkest Night. Batman wearing the Green Lantern ring. I think that's the first time. I know there's a couple of times later where Batman wears the lantern ring. I guess in a couple of different timelines, but I think this is the first, which is why it's $10. All right, there's the Elseworlds. Any interest in any of those? Let me know in the chat. We'll put that one, and let's get Speeding Bullets. Where's Speeding Bullets? Keep those two together. Let me get this one in a bag, too. Okay. All right, so there we go. We got Speeding Bullets and Darkest Night. Good, good, good. Just want to make sure I had that one protected. All right, very nice. All right, so we're in the home stretch. Gonna finish it up with a handful of one-shots. All right, we got a little bit of everything in here, a little mixed match. Batman, The Last Angel. It's a one-shot, $3. Again, all these are brand new. Chadley, hey, thanks for coming on in. All right, the next one-shot, Batman, Two-Face. Nice one-shot. We got 5 on this one. All right, this one's a cool one. This is a thick book. It's real nice. Remaking the Legend, Superman, the Man of Steel, John Byrne, Dick Giordano, with a foreword by Ray Bradbury. Brand new. Brand new, brand new, brand new. $8 on that one. I'll change the weight a minute here. 10 seconds. Let's do it. $8 on that book. Thanks for coming in. My name is Chris. It's the Cool and Common Stream. It's my Friday night comic book show. I run comics every Friday night here on Whatnot. Usually do a claim show. Right now I'm just kind of running through some random stuff I've got. Usually take the time to go through at least a short box worth of books. And we'll start this one up for $2. Let's make sure I got the right weight going here. I got 3 on it. We'll start it at 2 for 20 seconds. This is the first book in the 3-issue trade of Superman Doomsday. Hunter Prey, Book 1. Last few seconds. All right. All right, Eric. I didn't lie. There is one Marvel. I'm going to end with it. DC, Batman, Judge Dredd. One shot. $3. Big L, what's up? Last few seconds on the Batman Judge Dredd. $3 one shot. Got another one coming up. That's a nice one. Batman Grendel. Devil's Riddle. Nice one shot. 5 on that one. Last few seconds. All right, last but not least, Doctor Strange, Nexus of Nightmares. It's a one-shot. Salvador LaRocca variant cover. What's that mean? Not much. It's still a $3 book. But if you like Salvador, that is a pretty cool friggin' Doctor Strange cover. $3, 20 seconds. We're going to end the show on this one. Once again, we do the comic book show every Friday night starting 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday night, we're going to keep as the claim show, just like this. I think I'm going to start tossing in a few more theme shows. Upcoming, we're going to have and I haven't posted them all yet, but we're definitely going to do a May the 4th Star Wars show for the May the 4th Be With You. We will do a Fantastic Four show on premiere day of the Fantastic Four movie. We're definitely going to be doing that. Tons of that stuff. Tons of great Star Wars stuff. So give me a follow. Keep things coming. Come on back. Always check out the new stuff. Try to bring new stuff every single week to the show. All right, so we're squared away there. All right, everybody. I just want to say, hey, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Appreciate it very much. Eric, I'll catch you on the flip side. Hope you're having a good breakfast. Hope you had a good breakfast. And Zane, thanks for stopping in. Always great talking with you, buddy. All right. So buckle down now. Finals coming. You're in the home stretch. Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. Whatnot, YouTube. Thanks so much. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you the next time on the Cool and Common stream. Catch you later. Bye bye.